So I'm gonna do it once more. Come on, please work, please work. Oh, that looks cool. I try not to move because you can see me in the reflection.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you came from my previous video, you'll know that this year, 2026, I want to become a filmmaker and turn my life into the most cinematic experience I possibly can. But also one of my tasks this year is how do I make the most boring, mundane tasks a cinematic experience? Now, disclaimer for all the filmmakers watching, there is probably 100 million gazillion better ways of doing the things I'm about to do. So if you have any suggestions on the things I've shown you in this video that can make it easier or better for me, please comment down below. But also, go easy on me. I'm new to this, so let's not be too harsh in the comments. But my first task is making a coffee. And if you don't drink coffee, I don't know how you get up in the morning and go about your day. It's a thing that most people do, making a cup of tea or coffee. So I was like, right, how can I make this a cinematic experience and how can I add a bit of storytelling to it? Because storytelling is what I love and it's why I love filmmaking in the first place. So I decided, there's like in every household, or in some households, you have like a proper coffee machine and then you have the kettle. So I was thinking, what if I can make the proper coffee machine a cinematic experience? So you wake up all happy, it's smelling like roses, and it's a proper happy cinematic experience. And then you cut to the reality of like waking up absolutely late for your day, hair everywhere, going downstairs, looking at the proper coffee machine and going, fuck it, I'll make an instant coffee instead. So that's what I'm about to do. This is my current setup for the shoot, making a cinematic coffee and then the reality coffee. Over here, I've got some costumes and stuff that I want to put on. I actually start the whole sequence upstairs in my bed, but I'm filming it in reverse, so I can just use the kitchen first before it gets busy with family. So yeah, this is my setup right over here, and then this is the coffee machine that I'm going to be using in question. So now it's just about trying to figure out how I'm going to frame the shots. I have a rough idea of what way I want to do it, but then with this lighting, I kind of have to figure a few things out. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to do a few more takes of that opening sequence sliding into frame, ready to make the coffee for the cinematic version. I'm going to slide in. I want to get a turn into the shot. I'll do that again. Just going to play that back then and have a look and just check it then and see how it turns out. Oh, I actually like that and I didn't follow it through. So I like the shot with the turn. I just need to turn closer into the frame. Okay, so we'll start here and just go. Let's play this back, see if this is the one. Fingers crossed this is the one. I think I actually need to turn on the spot. So I'm gonna do it once more. So I've cut in the middle of the shot, like on the spot. My first worry was the lighting. So I was like, how am I gonna do this? Because it's quite dark out today, it's cold, it's wet, it's raining. So how do I kind of brighten it up just a little bit? So what I used was one of my soft boxes and just bounced it off the white ceiling, and it gave that little bit of natural light coming down on top of me, which was nice. Because also it's great to learn how I'm moving the light and manipulating that light. So having to move the soft box to different areas and how that affects bouncing off the ceiling towards me at the different angles. So that was a really cool experience and a really cool learning curve of creating light within a space, which is definitely something I'm going to take with me onto the next video. One thing is, when I'm shooting, the battery on these monitors goes so quick. The same with the camera. So I've ordered a V-mount battery and then like the accessories to attach it to the camera and a few other bits and bobs, because I know when I go away as well, I'm gonna need that extra juice. But for when I'm shooting, the monitor goes dead after like a half an hour or so, and then I'm squinting to try to look at the small screen. So that is on the way. I have the V-mount battery, I'm just waiting for the stuff to attach it to come actually today. I've got like one line in this whole reel, but I don't want the microphone to be seen. So I've attached it to my shoulder. If I do a shot like this, and hopefully I won't get it in the frame, but so I still have good audio, because I don't like the audio that comes from the Canon R50 itself. And then I also just don't want to put it here because I feel like it ruins the whole effect. So yeah, I'm praying I can do a little bit of hiding and masking with this. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, so good news, the mic is hidden. But now I've got to just move myself into the shot more and just do a little bit more of a reaction at the end. I'll have an instant coffee instead. What was difficult as well or not even difficult, it was just my first time having to split my brain to think about 4 different videos. I watched this guy called Sean Kitchen, and he makes a very good point on, I think it's Sean Kitchen, he makes a very good point on with batch making your content and how you can get the most out of your video. So I will touch on this in another video. I'm gonna make a whole thing about batch making content, but of like when I was filming my main reel and cinematic video for the coffee part, I was also making the behind the scenes video for this YouTube video, was also making other reels at the same time to throw up at later points on my social media. So having my brain constantly think about 3 different things and then about what I was also doing, so that's 4 different things. It was a little bit like, whoa, for a second. I had to kind of stop and have a little breather. But again, a really enjoyable experience to go, okay, I'm actually getting about 4 or 5 different videos out of this one filming session. So that's why I also didn't mind it all taking a little bit longer than usual. I've also got this like idea that just came to me of when the coffee's pouring. I have this like glass mug, so you can just see it rising up in the mug. So that's the shot I'm gonna try get now. So I've actually put my finger in the mug here, so I can line it up with focus here, so I can see that when it's gonna pour from there, it's already in focus as opposed to having to do it again. Come on, please work, please work, please work. Oh, that looks cool. I'm trying not to move because you can see me in the reflection if I move, but that looks deadly. That shot looks absolutely insane. Yes. Boom, got the shot. Yes, delighted with that. Delighted. It was also cool to look at a space and go, how do I transform this into a little film, basically? And I loved it. I loved looking at my space that I see every single day. And I got to look at it in different angles and perspectives and get really cool, which I think were really cool, interesting shots. I feel like the whole time I was doing this and lining up the different shots, I was getting so excited. I was like, oh my God, this looks really good, this really good. Capture this right now. And I was like really happy with myself and proud of myself. And it was literally the most basic of shots, but I loved it. And I think this is one of the main reasons why I love going on this cinematic journey, because it excites me. When you see a shot and you have that vision in your head, and then you're actually able to bring it to life, it's a really, really exciting feeling to have that, oh my God, this is actually working. Also, to any filmmakers out there or anybody that works in videography, if you could let me know a good cinematic lens with an autofocus that is an RF mount for Canon, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm using the Siri Nightwalker Cinematic Manual lens. And although it is great, and it's great to learn how to use a manual lens and the T-stops and all that kind of crap, it can be a bit time consuming when you're solo filmmaking, because I'm stepping into frame, then I have to step back out, watch it back, play it back, readjust the focus, step back into the shot, go out of frame, readjust the focus, and that just delays time when I'm trying to shoot something. Now, luckily for me, I have the bit of time to do that, but when I'm out and about and I'm solo filming, I know it's gonna be frustrating. So I do need to get my hands on a good cinematic lens that has autofocus for when especially when I have this trip coming up. If you enjoyed this kind of behind the scenes video of how I'm making my cinematic content, please subscribe down below. It's free, it costs you nothing, and it helps me build my dream. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll have an instant coffee instead.